Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. In this video I will tell about Kol rebellion. Introduction. The Kols of Chota Nagpur in Bihar were divided into different communities such as Ho, Munda, Oraon. With tireless effort they turned the forestry land into cultivable land. They used to consume the wealth of the jungle freely and lead their lives in the forest following their own customs, convictions and their own way of judgment. Causes of the rebellion. In 1820, the East India Company took over the administration of Chota Nagpur directly. The Hindu, Muslim and Sikh users were enacted as Izdar of the area. Local tribes called this outsider Diku, fixation of higher rate of tax, exploitation of the users, limitless torture on the Kols in the name of tax collection made the Kols aggrieved. For collection of tax, people were made victims to many types of torture. The men were made captives and women were insulted and physically assaulted in different ways. For construction of public roads, they were made to work without remuneration. Country liquor was an essential commodity in their daily life. The East India Company imposed higher rates of tax on country liquor. This angered them very much. They were forced to produce opium in spite of their vehement opposition. Introduction of the British system of judgment and laws of revenue collection perturbed their original social system. Beginning of the rebellion. In protest against the exploitation and inflictions, Buddhu Bhagat, Joya Bhagat, Jindrai Manki and Sui Munda began to unite the Kols. By different means, they spread the news of rebellion from one village to another. Sometimes they used to beat drum to call people in an assembly. Many times they used to distribute small branches of mango tree or war arrows for sending the coded message of rebellion. In 1832, the Munda and Orion pleasance of Ranchi district proclaimed rebellion first. In one such proclamation, they directed all the outsiders to leave Chota Nagpur, otherwise they will be killed. If the users were caught by them, they would slay them before God. Limitless cruelty. When the news of this rebellion spread everywhere in Singhbhum, Manbhum, Hazaribagh and Palamui districts, there was revolt. According to Charles Metcalfe, the rebels had a mission to destroy the British rule. For this, the rebels had recourse to limitless cruelty. The landlords, Jyotidas, crop traders, users, employees of British government, included the non-tribal people, were attacked. They used to consider the landlords, the users and the traders as a part of British rule. The rebels set the house of such people on fire and killed them brutally. Suppression of the rebellion. For putting down the rebellion, army had to be under the leadership of Captain Wilkinson from Banaras, Sambalpur and Patna. Artillery was also used to put down the rebellion. In different places there were fights between the rebels and the military. After continuous effort for 2 years, the British army, equipped with modern weapons, won over the rebels who had only bows and arrows and balams, short spear. Thousands of tribal men, women and children were killed to put down the rebellion in 1833. Results. As a result of this rebellion, the government realized that there should be an immediate change in the administrative system of this area. For this purpose, in 1834, a territory was earmarked and named as Southwest Frontier Agency, and it was decided that British law and rules would not be implemented in that demarcated area, and a separate set of laws and rules were made effective for that area. Landed properties were returned to the headman of the villages and arrangements were made so that the landlords could not snatch away again the landed properties. In spite of all such arrangement, the problem of the tribals was not solved. The exploitation of the users and the landlords went on. For this reason, throughout the 19th century off and on, Adivasi rebellions took place. If you like this video, then please do like, subscribe and share to our channel.